Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Here we have everyone back in studio here. What is it? We're in December already. That's going crazy. I
Yeah,
know it's been a while since we had
mid-December.
an episode. We missed a week, but nothing happened. Who cares if you actually care about the Big Ten Championship game and all those shenanigans? I kind of did a little recap on the video, whatever. Um, but we had a game last week. I didn't care because I couldn't bet on it because Cuomo and those guys when they made their rules are very dumb because I always forget that Army is technically in New York. That's annoying, but yeah, Army Navy. Memorable for some because it's bigger than the game. For most of us, though, the over hit in the last play of the game, which is an electric factory. Back-to-back overs for Army Navy. What's going on, then?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey,
let Cozy go.
it, it was an exciting game as always. Go Army, Sink Navy. Amazing game, exciting. It was kind of up and down the field for the most part. Not a lot of offense at first, and then the fumble recovery taken back, and it was like everyone was like, "Oh man, this is it. Ball game's over. There's no shot." And then the next thing you know, Navy opened it up and started kind of airing it out. It was like, what's going on? And it was like, why didn't Navy do this the whole time? And then they got the ball back and they drove right down the field. And it was like, oh, they're going to have a chance to score a touchdown, go for two, and tie this game. And we're going to overtime back-to-back years in Army Navy, which was just absolutely wild, crazy scene. Foxborough was an awesome venue for it. I feel like there's a lot of venues that are set up for it that are perfect. I'm not a big fan when it's in the Meadowlands. I'm a big fan when it's in Philly. I would love to go back to Foxborough. I think that's an awesome thing. Also, shout out to the West Point troops, baby. Bringing the Commander-in-Chief trophy back to West Point again, where it belongs, although they've literally won the Commander-in-Chief trophy the least out of any of the teams. There was like a 20-year stretch where they didn't win it. But no, with beating Air Force and then knocking off Navy, they bring it home. And like Blake said, I don't bet on this game. Never have, never will. I have friendly bets with my dad. He was in the Navy. Basically, I enlisted at one point. Most people don't know that, but beside the point, medical condition, things like that came in the way. So I am very much on the side of Army. So it's a very friendly family rivalry. And there are other people who I know from college who were in the Navy, things like that. Also, people from Ohio State who were in the Army. We love to get together, do a little friendly wager. Never any money. It's always on certain things that cannot be talked about here. But anyways, outside of that, great Army win once again. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much a rundown of the game. It was super exciting. I mean, if you watched it, it's America's game. I mean, it is. Look, I mean, we have Ohio State, Michigan. Army Navy's right up there with it. And it's more of like a pride thing. It's not really like we're going to beat the shit out of you. At the end of the day, it's a lot of respect. It's a lot of like, hey, these people are going to defend our country going forward. So exciting stuff. Army won. Glad it didn't go to overtime. And to be honest with you, the only thing that sucks is they should have had this be a playing game for a bowl game and had a spot reserved because both teams were 5-6 going into the game. And I think that would have been kind of awesome to have 5-6 versus 5-6, winner goes to a bowl game, and then have a play the next week.
This is a conference game next year, correct?
They still keep it out of conference.
I think it's going to be still out of conference.
Yeah, they're keeping it an out of conference game.
Yes.
It's just going to still be played the same time period. They're not like the only way that they can play twice is if they play in a conference championship game.
Correct. Yes.
That'd be very lit.
That'd be exciting.
I mean, back-to-back weeks would be kind of nuts for Army Navy. So, I mean, hey, I'm pretty excited for Army to actually be in a conference again. With that being said, everyone knows that Army Navy is always going to be middle of December, right after championship week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting season come next year when Army does join a conference finally.
And will it? I don't know. I imagine it won't lose its luster, but it might a bit. I think playoff games will be this week normally, right?
No, everything's getting moved back even farther a week.
So playoff games would actually be this Friday would be like the first playoff game.
Okay.
Yes, this Friday would be the first playoff game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when Army or Navy is in the playoff after winning the American, it'll be 3 weeks. No, okay.
3 weeks in a row they play. That'd be wild.
So I mean, if there is here's the thing: if you look at Army and Navy schedule for that matter, Army next year really doesn't have many. Like they don't have many tough games. Like they play Wake Forest, they play Air Force, they play Navy, they play UNLV. I mean, outside of those teams in the conference games, like there's a possibility you could run the table. There's a possibility Navy could run the table. Navy literally plays Notre Dame and then nobody. So, I mean, what was it? I think 3 years ago they were 10-2 versus 9-3. So,
yeah, back when they had what was the kid? Graham Perry? Not Graham Perry. What's the kid's name?
Yeah,
the quarterback.
It was Perry. Yes,
the quarterback.
Yeah, he was like
the quarterback for Navy. Yeah,
he was unbelievable. He got drafted by the Dolphins.
He was. Yeah.
That dude was lit. He played Kansas State in a bowl game. The guy was going crazy.
Awesome. He did. Liberty
Bowl. Yeah, he was lit.
Speaking of bowls,
it was Malcolm Perry. That was it.
There you go.
Speaking of bowls,
Graham Perry was a Michigan guy, but yeah,
a lot of them.
Yeah, we do have a lot of bowls. So
let's just get rolling with them. 12-16. I think that's
Saturday.
We got quite a bit of games we'll go through each day.
Who cares? Lions are winning.
Yeah. First game to kick us off, Myrtle Beach Bowl, Georgia Southern versus Ohio. We'll just quickly go around and say who we think is going to win, and then we'll go in depth into some more deeper bowls when we get closer to the championship.
If there's anything we have things to talk about, we'll obviously go into it there. But
I'm going to take Georgia Southern. Ohio lost everybody to the portal.
It's pretty hard not to go with Georgia Southern. Ohio's yep.
Yeah, their team's in the portal.
10-win seasons are a big deal. Ohio gets one here.
Okay. All right. Next game, the Celebration Bowl, Florida A&M versus Howard. 11-1 Florida A&M. I don't know anything about them, but apparently
it's an uncompetitive team. Florida A&M is like a legit team. Like give
me Florida A&M. Yeah,
the line's probably like 50. I'm not even kidding.
I don't even know.
Absolute wagon this
year. Florida A&M.
They were okay. They did like all right against Deion's Jackson State the last few years, but yeah, these guys are in here. I'll pull up their schedule real quick. They are killing people.
They basically lost to South Florida by 2 touchdowns. I got it up. They pretty much killed
by 18, 21, 13, 45, 7, 10, 42, 32, 28, nothing. Bethune-Cookman, they beat by 17, and then Prairie View by like 21.
21, yeah.
And that was lit. These lit, super orange uniforms, like green down the side. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. It's like
in Mercedes-Benz, so it's always a big game. But obviously, a lot more fun with Deion. I remember last year it was Deion in overtime, and it was the Minnesota crazy comeback against the Colts at the exact same time. Great day.
That was a crazy day.
And I'll say this: Florida A&M, much better band. Their band is pretty awesome.
Oh, bands! That's the number one.
I've seen them live. Their band is pretty awesome.
Next game, 2:15, the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl with the hometown team, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, but they take on Jacksonville State. The Gamecocks. I personally am taking Blake's favorite person, and I'm going with Jacksonville State in this one.
Listen, the Michigan coaching tree is absolutely unbelievable. Jacksonville State, Rich Rodriguez, no longer poor Rodriguez. He's back to being rich. Give me the Cox.
I'll take Jacksonville State as well. I think they win.
Yeah, it sucks to lose at home, but you're going to lose at home this time, Louisiana. Next game, Mexico Cure Bowl. The App State Mountaineers take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. This one's interesting.
Do the jingle. Some of these ads have a great jingle. You can go, I'm going to take the Appalachian State Mountaineers. I did not nail that.
Is that who you're taking?
No, my Ohio. Come on. Come on,
Red Hawks.
They're like 7-point underdogs in this.
Red
I don't
Hawks.
understand. We're gonna take
Red Hawks.
We're gonna roll with Ohio in this one.
Red Hawks. Red Hawks.
Listen, this is a pure. I like the MAC, even though the MAC gets smoked in every bowl game. And App State's probably gonna kill them. Yeah, I can't listen.
Yeah,
Red Hawks. Red Hawks.
New Mexico Bowl. New Mexico State takes on Fresno State.
I feel like this is a gimme to New Mexico State because they're like pretty much playing like
their 15th game of the season.
Yeah.
Give me New Mexico State in their home state.
I'm gonna take Fresno State with the upset.
They're kind of like an SEC school. They get to play a home bowl game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Fresno
played
State.
one SEC school this year and beat them.
They did.
The War
Auburn
Eagles.
Tigers.
Yeah, I'm on New Mexico State as well. I love Conference USA, and they gave my boys Liberty a tough game. So,
and then the LA Bowl, Boise State takes on UCLA again in a home field advantage at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, I don't think home field advantage plays much into it.
if you can't get guys to turn out for real games, let alone a bowl game.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, yeah, this game is going to be like, I mean, I'm looking at it, and this is actually a $54 ticket right now.
I was going to say, this is probably the cheapest you could ever get in a SoFi.
Yeah. Give me Boise State here, actually. I just don't think UCLA shows up.
I think Garbers shows up for one last game, and they win it, but it's going to be close.
Okay.
I think this is a good, build some rapport with the fans. They fake fired, they soft fired Kelly in the middle of the season. I think it's a good way to come out here. Boise State, real weird. They fired their coach and then won the conference.
Yeah.
It's almost like a hockey team. They fired their coach and got better.
And then the final game of the day, Cal Golden Bears take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. This just sounds like points to me.
Honestly, this is just so disappointing to see Texas Tech in the first day of the bowl games, considering they were one of my dark horses to make the playoffs.
Material change. Their quarterback broke his leg.
Hey, I'm glad you're sticking up for me because I'm just taking the fucking beating over here for it.
They had to have 2 losses when he broke his leg.
I mean, at least I got 3 out of the 4 teams right.
I'm taking Cal. They played a couple of good teams close.
I'm taking Cal as well because Cal's sneaky is really good, and it makes zero sense why they're good at football, but they are.
I'm rolling with it. Texas Tech.
Okay. I'm gonna and then the next game, the famous Toastery Bowl.
What the hell is that?
I don't even know what that is. I don't know what a Toastery Bowl is.
We have went way. I gotta look up what a Toastery is now.
Is it like?
Yeah. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. Old Dominion Monarchs take on the 6-6 Old Dominion Monarchs take on the 7-5 Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Yeah, I don't know.
I would imagine Austin Reed's opting out, and they got a few other guys there. I think it's Malachi Corley, I think the kid's name is. They're real good in fantasy in addition to everything else. That offense is an absolute wagon and a juggernaut. You got to give me Western Kentucky here. I know Old Dominion played Wake Forest tough the last 2 seasons, but yeah, give me the Hilltoppers.
I'm gonna ride with the Hilltoppers as well.
Yeah, give me Western Kentucky.
They score points. I like points.
Yeah, Ohio State opponent from earlier this year. And by the way, just to let you guys know, Famous Toastery is a food chain that is in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and parts of Maryland in DC area.
Interesting.
It's literally a food chain. So.
Next game, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah, we got some wild names this year. It's at Toyota Stadium. I don't even know where that is. Where's Toyota Stadium?
That's in Frisco, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Marshall at 6-6 take on UTSA, the Roadrunners at 8-4.
Give me the Roadrunners. I mean,
I think they might win by 30.
Yeah, Marshall is not good. I don't even know.
It's a horrible matchup. Why is this even a game?
Yeah, UTSA
game. I mean, it's a home game for UTSA.
I
know there's enough rumors of their coach potentially going somewhere else. He was going to get the Houston job. Maybe they went Willie Fritz instead. Who cares? UTSA wagon.
Yep, I agree. Beep beep.
The fighting meeps. I love them. Then the Boca Raton Bowl. Syracuse Orange at 6-6 take on South Florida Bulls at 6-6.
Give me the Qs. At least they play in some kind of conference. USF stumbled to 6-6 with a just terrible schedule.
I'm gonna take Syracuse. I think they can figure it out.
This potentially could be my second team moving forward if I end up moving down to Tampa. I love USF. They just flipped the recruit from Florida. They got a big tight end. It's the old Tennessee offensive coordinator from last year, Alex something. I forgot the guy's name. Like G something. Obviously, everyone saw how they played against Alabama. They got their quarterback is Bynum Brown. I think the kid's name is freshman, absolute wagon, dude. He was one of the only guys out there that had 1,000 yards on the ground with a couple, I think 2,000 or 3,000 yards passing. Run that crazy hurry up style. Syracuse doesn't care. Half these guys are in the portal. They're buying a whole new team. They got a whole coaching staff coming in. Absolute crazy shit going on. And it's a home game. South Florida wins this game comfortably.
Okay.
And they got a new stadium coming now. I think it's a $400 million stadium.
It is. Yes.
Huge. I think it's right on the water. And they're going ACC, I believe, right?
Correct. They will be going to the ACC, but not yet. Calm down. Soon. Calm down.
The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, UCF Knights at 6-6 take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Give me the Knights, baby. They bring home the win for the Big 12. Give me the Knights all day.
Yeah, at home in Florida, I think it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Tampa. They're like an hour away. They actually are probably going to have a decent crowd for this game because their fan base is finally getting behind this team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weird for them, though. They just lost Grayson McCall today. Everyone thought it was kind of a done deal. He went to NC State instead, but who cares? We're working on a more important thing. Yeah, it's UCF.
Next game, the 76 Birmingham Bowl, Duke Blue Devils at 7-5 take on the 11-2 Troy Trojans.
Troy in a land. This is not even going to be a close game. Elko's gone. You don't have Riley Leonard anymore. You're losing other people who went to the transfer portal. It's going to be a struggle. I think Troy runs away with it, and Troy's kind of a wagon.
Did Troy's coach just leave, or am I making that up?
Yeah, he did.
He did, but but their players have not left.
He went to I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's somewhere weird because I know that they wanted him to replace the kid at what's it called? West Virginia, but obviously he had a really good season. But yeah, I mean Troy's been real good for a while. Granted, they have 2 Mickey Mouse championships.
Troy took the Tulane job.
There it is. Kind of have Mickey Mouse championships because James Madison isn't allowed to play in those games, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna take Duke with the major upset.
Okay.
I think this is a great upset spot in the bowl game. Might as well be.
This is it's kind of like the MAC, right? Where it's like you can just see underdogs happen. It usually is who wants it more.
Yeah,
is a really good indicator of what's going on.
And losing people on both sides is never ideal. But we'll see what happens. Especially when you lose a head coach on both sides, that kind of proves who wants to actually be there and still get offers going into the portal era. The Camilla Bowl, 6-6 Northern Illinois takes on 6-6 Arkansas State. It looks like it's basically a pick'em at this point.
Just Arkansas State. I don't know. Flip a coin. I mean, honestly, if there was a bowl game that I just didn't care about, this might be it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this might be the low man on the totem pole. I don't care who wins.
Yeah, when it's like it's bad when it's double time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm going to take on IU in this one.
Is there a reason why you're taking NIU?
No.
I'm taking it because I know one player in this game, and that's Rocky Lombardi. Give me NIU. Lombardi legend.
I know that guy. The next game, the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, 8-4 Air Force takes on the 11-1 James Madison Dukes.
This might be my lock of the week. But
this is your lock of the week?
Go ahead. Lock of the week, Blake. Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
No, Cozy goes first. I know what you're saying. Cozy. So it'll be fine.
Give me the Chair Force in the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yeah, Air Force. James Madison doesn't give a shit. Like James Madison, their whole gig was to go undefeated. Oh my God, we're gonna win the next championship. Not gonna bowl. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Lost the game. Get out of here.
Yep.
It is literally the Armed Forces Bowl, the Air Force, Chair Force, whatever you want to call these guys. They're gonna show up. They're gonna be excited. They're gonna have the cadets there as well. So give me the Air Force.
I know they're on a terrible slide. I'm 99% sure they were 8-0 and they lost their last 4, but still, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they kind of faltered down the stretch, but they'll figure something out.
And yeah,
hopefully.
Jamie lost their coach, losing their players. Yeah, it's whatever.
All right.
You never want to play a triple option in a bowl game. Never.
No.
Never.
No,
those kids
you do
don't
not
care, and you're not even going to like that warm of a spot. Like I know Fort Worth is gonna be warm, but like it's Dallas. Not even like a beach.
I don't know that it's going to be that warm. It could be like 45 degrees, and the Air Force will be more prepared than JMU.
$7 tickets if you want to go, gentlemen.
Well, that sounds like an exciting bowl game to go to.
Might be the lowest total out there. Honestly, I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping an eye on
the lowest one.
Then we move on. Idaho Potato Bowl, a legendary bowl. Utah State at 6-6 takes on Georgia State at 6-6.
I'm going to go out here on a limb and just say the guys from Georgia State do not want to go to Idaho for a damn bowl game. Give me Utah State. I just don't.
I don't know. I'm taking Utah State as well. That's just so.
Like I know it's like pretty much a pick 'em, but I don't think Georgia State wants to go.
Georgia State 1, 2, 3, 4. They've lost all 5 of their last 5 games.
Yeah, Georgia State, they've got a wagon of a running back. They had a really cool offense a few years ago. I remember this is one of these games, just like whenever you're betting these games.
Where did they lose their coach to?
I forgot, but they played Arizona. What's it called? Arkansas State. Like it was one of the first games out of COVID, and it was like 55-56 in like triple overtime.
Yep.
I like teams like that forever. And this game is awesome because they dump the Gatorade full of French fries on you. It's a great tradition. So trust me, a lot of things you can get dumped on in these bowl seasons. That's one of the best things you can get. So I'm going with Georgia State here. Okay.
The next game, the 68 Ventures game. Eastern Michigan at 6-6 takes on South Alabama at 6-6. It's a 17-point spread.
Give me South Alabama, considering they're staying home and playing a home game against Eastern Michigan.
Yeah,
are they actually playing in their home stadium? I have no idea.
I think so. I'm 99% sure they're from Mobile. And South Alabama lost their best player in the portal. The receiver is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Michigan. But yeah, who cares? It doesn't even matter.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm taking South Alabama. I don't know.
I mean, South Alabama. I mean,
Max Crosby is not playing for them, unfortunately. No. Probably their only shot they'd have.
And then we'll start getting into some exciting games a little bit. You could say, I guess.
Oh, by the way, that is South Alabama's home stadium that they're playing in. So yes,
that honestly makes me almost like Eastern a bit more. But yeah,
why? They're playing at their home stadium.
Usually, your whole thing for bowl games is you get to go somewhere fun.
Yeah, but Blake, how many times did the Big Ten go out and play USC in the Rose Bowl, and the USC or UCLA literally treated it like, oh, cool, we live here.
Rose Bowl versus the friggin'
I know.
Ventures Bowl. What are we doing here?
Yeah, because Eastern Michigan's really excited to go to the middle of Alabama.
Going down south instead of Ypsilanti, Michigan this time of year?
Warm.
Is it insane? What?
Moving on to the Las Vegas Bowl. It's actually kind of an exciting matchup. Northwestern at 7-5 versus 8-4 Utah. I don't know who's going to play quarterback for Utah. And with that, I'm taking Northwestern win.
And Utah kind of faltered down the road. They literally won their only 2 games. They literally down the stretch, they beat a USC team that we know can't play defense. They beat Arizona State and they beat Colorado. They lost every other tough game. I think Northwestern's going to win this game just because they're going to want it more.
Yeah.
Well, look, if they win it or not, they're getting picked by me because they're in the Big Ten. That being said, again, this is a who wants it more.
And I think
Utah doesn't care. Their season was over when Bo Nix, shoved it down their throat. Northwestern was supposed to win 1.5 games this year.
Yeah, their over-under was 2.
The year, I know they gave it to DeBoer and some BS, whatever. He did everything they think that Dion did, and he did it with ridiculous allegations. The whole roster overturned. Listen, they're unbelievable job down there. I don't know if they've gotten rid of the interim tag yet. They better have. If not, some team should go out there and snag them right now. But they did unbelievable, and this is the world to them. You can go a winning season after all of that would be unbelievable for Northwestern.
Well, no matter what, they're going to still have a winning season, but it's all right.
Oh, you're right. I thought they were 6-6. Never mind. I heard that last point. But 8 wins, huge.
8 wins would be huge. Yeah. The next game, Hawaii Bowl. San Jose State takes on Coastal Carolina.
San Jose State landslide, not even close.
Yeah, I don't see
Noah
any way.
Kim's new team.
Yeah, Noah Kim's new team. It's exciting. We'll see how that goes. Next game, the Quick Lane Bowl at 2:00 on 12/26. Minnesota Golden Gophers take on the Bowling Green Falcons.
This spread is embarrassing for the conference.
Yeah, it's a 3.5-point spread.
Well, okay, so it's not great.
Revenge game for the
Revenge game is exactly what I was thinking after 2 years ago. Was it, or was last season?
Last year with Tanner Morgan.
Yeah, where Bowling Green upset Minnesota at Minnesota. Gosh, Minnesota's going to win this game. Like, you can't lose. We, as a conference, we can't lose a bowl game to a MAC team.
So who you guys picking? Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I'm fading you both. I'm taking the Bowling Green Falcons. I have to.
Oh my God, we're going to lose.
Minnesota has no quarterback. They have no running back right now.
I don't care.
They both transferred out.
Minnesota should win because of pure talent.
They lost their fraud DC.
Minnesota lost their DC. He's not a fraud.
I want everyone to know right now he gave up more points to Michigan State and Ohio State than their interim DC did. Or Michigan and Ohio State.
Well, whatever. It was a bad year. They had injuries. Which we don't need to get more into. But I'm taking Bowling Green. We're gonna lose to a MAC school. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. Well, first off, let's clarify this. The we is the part of the Big Ten who made a bowl game, not
anybody in the Big Ten classifies as the Big Ten. Okay. The Server Pro First Responders Bowl. Rice takes on Texas State.
Give me Rice, because I mean, honestly, this could actually be like a pretty decent game. I mean, all of these
Texas State and Texas. Do you know? I don't know.
I want to say it's like
Western.
I feel like it's got to be part of the Western.
Yeah, like, I don't even.
It's in Round Rock. Oh no, it's in Santa Marcos.
Where is Santa Marcos?
But I don't know. I mean, I know Rice is in Houston, and I was saying it's all Texas game here. I don't know if it's geographical advantage, but I do like Texas State. They've always been like
it's right outside Austin.
Good team. They're always a fun team to bet. Like whenever they're playing like Arkansas, Little Rock, it's always like a fun college basketball game because they play like a 1-3-1 zone. It's crazy. I know no one cares because it's football, but I like Texas State. What the hell? Give me them. I know JT Daniels isn't playing for Rice, so that's a bit of a loss.
Poor guy. Had
definitely a rough career for him. But yeah,
I'm taking Texas State.
Give me Rice. Just give me Rice. I'm just going to go with Rice. I mean,
but not what do you want for dinner? What do you want in this game?
Can we just discuss Rice for like 10, 15, 20 seconds here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Rice, like white or brown?
Rice literally has been the one program that is near a major city that I have never seen been even 1 year off the blip good team. Like they have never had they
don't care about football.
But
even in basketball or in baseball.
Even if you don't care about football, they've never been good in basketball. Like there's not even one blip season where they're just like, oh, we went 11-1 this year. Like it never has happened.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. You are literally in Dallas, or is it Houston? It's Houston, isn't it? Either one. They're in a major city.
The fact you didn't even know off the rip shows you that's the problem.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
right there.
Right. Now we have. I kind of like this next game. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl. UNLV takes on Kansas, the Jayhawks at Chase Field. Should be interesting.
It is going to be a blowout. Kansas wins by 2+ touchdowns because they're.
We don't like rats here. Screw UNLV forever. Let's go Kansas.
Kansas.
I'm taking the Bean in Kansas. The Bean. Okay. There's a quarterback.
Cool.
Yeah.
The next game, the Military Bowl, another Military Bowl.
Is that at gobowling.com?
presented by GoBowling.com. The Tulane
it's
Green
in
Wave.
Navy Stadium. You got 10 people in that stadium. Damn.
Also, give me Virginia Tech in this.
I didn't even finish the teams.
What?
I didn't even finish the teams. Tulane's playing
Who
Virginia
cares?
Tech.
Tulane doesn't
Whatever.
matter.
We don't care. We're taking Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's playing a home game, essentially.
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
And also Tulane doesn't have their quarterback. So
Anyone good's opted out. Yeah, coach is gone. Everything's gone.
Yep.
The Dukes. The most exciting bowl of bowl season. The Dukes Mayo Bowl.
Who will be covered in mayo?
Who will be covered in mayo? West Virginia versus North Carolina.
West Virginia will be covered in mayo.
I think North Carolina's been in this bowl game like 4 years in a row.
Yes, they have actually. I think it's like two years in a row.
Because they always play in the opening weekend, the Mayo Classic too.
They do.
I'm gonna take West Virginia too.
I'm gonna take North Carolina. I just think it'd be funny seeing an 80-year-old Mac Brown covered in mayo. Kind of funny because he sure as hell can't run away from it, like Jim Harbaugh did in the Big Ten championship game. Who's
No
up
comment
there?
on that. Then we got the Holiday Bowl. The USC Trojans in their last game as an official Pac-12 member take on the Louisville Cardinals.
Probably one of my favorite bowls.
Yes.
I love the Holiday Bowl every year. I can tell you why I liked it the most was because you got to play with BYU in the college football challenges on NCAA football.
Yeah. It's in Petco Park too, which is sick. I always like baseball stadiums.
Well, and that's the only problem that I have with it. I wish it was at Qualcomm Stadium or whatever it is, because that's where the Holiday Bowl used to be at.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it's in Petco Park. It's awesome. They can actually hold a football field in Petco Park, unlike Wrigley Field, which cannot.
And I think another one coming up here.
Give me Louisville because USC is just terrible on defense. I still they're not going to fix their problems. So
I'm going to take Louisville.
I mean, look, everyone for USC is a hired gun. If you're in the portal, I mean, it's unbelievable going on here. It's an absolute nightmare shit show over there. And this could be I think it's 10 wins for them. This could be 11 wins for Louisville. I mean, you have a potential to finish top 10 if everything in front of you becomes chaos. So you're probably the only team in the top 15 with a free game. So gotta win.
Gotta win this. This is a big one.
Yeah, Lincoln doesn't care. He might.
The next game, the Texas Bowl, Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M, which I think is kind of interesting. I think it's a little interesting. Yeah.
The poor man's Red River rivalry.
I'm gonna take.
Yep. Give me Oklahoma.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma State.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma State. I just don't think Texas A&M is going to even care.
Who's gonna be their quarterback?
Who knows?
I think you got to go A&M here because how is A&M favored in this game?
That's what I'm trying to think.
That's why I'm taking them. It makes zero sense.
Vegas is messing with you. They want you to.
No, Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon's not playing officially.
And Alan Bowman, we trust. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State, but I think it's gonna be a mess.
Gig 'em.
I don't think this game's gonna be good at all.
Gig 'em.
Next game, the Fenway Bowl. Boston College takes on SMU.
Speaking of places that can't hold, they have both sidelines on the same side, like a hockey sideline.
Yep,
it is okay. So
same with Wrigley.
It's honestly one of the it's kind of cool that Boston College gets to play in Fenway. It's awesome. They're going to have the home crowd. They are just not good, and SMU is pretty damn good. Give me SMU.
I almost feel bad.
What you got?
Yeah, I'm taking SMU. The next one.
SMU, I'm on you right now. Okay, I'm taking SMU in this game. They're going to run the ACC going forward. Them versus Miami next year is going to be a hell of a championship game.
And then the next one I got, we're moving to New York from Boston. Pinstripe Bowl. Rutgers takes on Miami Hurricanes.
Miami doesn't want to be here. Trust me. It's going to be cold. It's going to be raining. It's going to be like whatever. Rutgers.
Rutgers is on a losing streak. They've lost 4 games in a row, but
Rutgers.
they're taking
Rutgers.
This is their Super Bowl.
Rutgers.
You're going from Miami
Rutgers.
up to the 28th. You're going up to New York. Yeah, right. Rutgers.
Rutgers.
That's
an easy who wants to want it. So that's
the next game.
More.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl. Kansas State takes on NC State in a battle of the states.
I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty awesome. They get to actually eat the Pop-Tart when they win.
Like it's a Pop-Tart. Massive too.
It's a lie. So is there an actual person going into this Pop-Tart? Because that is what they've described it as.
I think there's both. I think there's one person in the Pop-Tart one, and I think there's an edible and a real mascot.
Okay.
Right? I don't think there's going to be a guy running around in a massive Pop-Tart. I think
I hope that they have this guy running around and a massive Pop-Tart, and they literally have to catch him and pull the Pop-Tart pieces off.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I am going to take man, this is just NC State.
NC State. I have to take them. Will Howard's gone.
Yeah, Will Howard's gone. I mean,
the wide receiver's gone.
Yeah.
NC State lost their quarterback though today as well. I think I don't know. Armstrong's probably going to play. I don't know. Kansas State. There's something about them, man. They did lose their offensive coordinator to A&M. Kansas State. They have 2 quarterbacks, so the backup's going to play, and that kid runs. And you don't want to face a running quarterback in the bowl game. I'll take the Wildcats here.
Okay. Speaking of the Wildcats, the Valero Alamo Bowl. Number 12, Oklahoma, takes on number 14, America's true team, the Arizona Wildcats. What do we like? What do we not like?
Arizona in a landslide. I don't think this one's even close.
I am taking Arizona, the max spread. You can take them. They are a young team. They're hungry. They want to build for next year. I have to take them.
America is going to be told a lot of lies this offseason. One of them is going to be Jackson Arnold's a legit Heisman candidate. And that lie will be propagated by them beating Arizona in a bowl game. I'm sorry. Jackson Arnold and the Sooners.
All right. Somebody had to pick against it.
You literally just bet against our main team on the podcast.
I had to do it.
Somebody had to do it. I can't wait till he's wrong, but
the hell are you doing?
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Kentucky takes on Clemson in a battle of who wants to be their less, I would say.
Give me Stoops in Kentucky.
Okay. I'm gonna take Clemson.
I think it's Clemson, and my logic here is Kentucky's very clearly been like, hey, we're bringing in all new players. And Clemson has started to use the portal a bit. And that now is a threat and a little bit of lightning under fire. It's like, hey, I'm at Clemson. I need to take this bowl game seriously. Let me know that I can keep my spot. Mm-hmm. Kentucky's done a lot of work and already replaced a lot of guys. They got a new quarterback, running back, and like 2 receivers already. It's crazy. They got Trainum, Brock Vandegrift, and they got the kid from North Texas. What's it called? Macklin. So I think that there's a lot going on there. And I think that Clemson, again, this is a good get-right spot. Dabo probably with an all-time press conference, like trying to make it seem like they had a successful season going 9-4 is going to be pretty funny. So I'll take them here in the Gator Bowl.
Yep. I'm going to I kind of like that. The next game, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, number 16 Notre Dame takes on number 19 Oregon State.
Your new favorite team.
Yeah, half my team apparently. I don't know what to take from it. In this game, I don't know who's gonna play. I don't know if Estime is gonna play. Probably not. I'm guessing. Right?
What's his name's not. The quarterback isn't.
Both quarterbacks aren't playing.
Both quarterbacks are not playing.
So when both quarterbacks aren't playing, unknown about running backs, especially from one side, I'm going to take Oregon State.
So they have played twice in a bowl game before, and both times Oregon State has whooped that ass, and it continues. I don't think this is close. I think Oregon State runs away with it. They play with a lot of passion. I think the players who stayed are pretty pissed off that John L. Smith left and went to Michigan State.
I just think Damian Martinez is probably the best player on the field. and that's what's going to happen. He's going to prove it.
Is he playing?
Yeah, he's staying. Why would he not play?
Did he get arrested?
He's free. Oh yeah, he might not be playing.
I don't think he's playing, but I'm still.
I think it's an easy way to eat a suspension is on this bowl game. But look, Notre Dame probably won't get up to it, but they're sure as hell going to travel. So probably a Notre Dame home game. Oregon State, again, they don't have the horses. I mean, their roster was not even that good this year. Anybody that was remotely okay has left or gone to East Lansing. Their coaching staff has gone. Normally, again, if Oregon State had a few guys here, I understand the sentiment. I really do, but I'm unfortunately going to have to take Notre Dame. You got me picking Notre Dame and Zach picking Oregon State. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. Now that I've totally forgot he's not playing most likely. So I got to switch it up. I got to go with Notre Dame.
Okay, I'll ride alone. OSU.
Okay, I got to flip it. I totally forgot that he's not even playing.
Yeah, don't worry. Hey, they're so pissed off that John L. Smith left.
Who's John L. Smith? I don't know who that is.
He's the head coach at Michigan State for your.
He has a C in the middle of his name.
Are you sure about that? He might be John L. Smith.
No.
Yeah, just like John Cooper's over in Columbus.
Whoa! My headset just made a loud noise. Scared the shit out of me.
What the hell was that?
Well, you didn't say anything because your reaction at the timing of my joke was beautiful.
The ads went crazy in my ear off ESPN, but we don't use ESPN, so we're
ESPN audio problems. What is this? Their hockey broadcast?
Yeah. The next game, the Music City Bowl, Maryland takes on Auburn.
Did we skip a bunch of games or something?
No, did I skip a bunch of games?
Yeah.
No, I'm on 12:30.
Well, there's 2 other games on 12:29.
What games?
And one of them we might want to discuss.
No, he said Memphis, Iowa State. Your game is next.
Memphis, Iowa State.
You probably look on ESPN where your team's a favorite.
I have it all. It has all. It has all. It has all. No. It has all the
Memphis, Iowa State is before your game.
Yeah, but if you go back and we rewind this, he literally said the music. He said the Music City Bowl between Auburn and Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
He skipped. Yeah, he's
on.
On
so this list goes all the non-New Year's Six bowl games, and then it goes back.
Okay.
So it goes back to that's.
You're missing the Liberty Bowl anyway.
Yeah, you're missing the
no, we're going through all these other bowl games. Then it goes back up at the
Liberty
top. Liberty
Bowl is not. It's Memphis, Iowa State, 3:30 on the 29th.
Oh, I have that on my screen. Here it is. I got Memphis and Iowa State. There you go.
Memphis, Tennessee. Believe this is a home game for Memphis.
This is a home game for Memphis.
And Iowa State, my bad.
They literally played in this Liberty Bowl multiple times at home.
Liberty Bowl last year, I don't know if anyone remember, was all time. It was Arkansas, Kansas. That game was unbelievable last year.
Was it? I thought that was 2 years ago.
No, last year. Kansas had that 2-point conversion with Jaden Daniels, and it was KJ Jefferson.
Yep.
That over hit, it was beautiful. It
was like a 90. It was like a 120-point game total score.
Yes,
50 to 60.
Because Arkansas was up 20 with a minute to go, and Kansas came all the way back, and then they had that 2-point conversion. The Bean dude threw it into the freaking third row on the 2-point conversion. Yeah. It was disgusting.
Yeah. Iowa State wins this by a lot.
Yep. Matt Campbell get his name back in the coaching discussions. Dude had the Cowboys job potentially, and then he's still stuck in Ames.
I'm going to go with Memphis in the upset at home.
Go Tigers.
Okay. And then...
Yeah, I'm on Iowa State. Cyclones, baby.
Now we'll go back to Music City Bowl, Maryland versus Auburn.
Oh, we're skipping... I thought we're going chronological.
No, we gotta go. We're going the non-New Year's Six and then the New Year's Six.
We're letting him dictate everything that's happening, so let's just let it happen.
Losing cabin pressure.
All right, go ahead. Who do you want?
Right, you're good. Keep going.
Who does it matter? Maryland versus Auburn. What do we got?
Give me Maryland. Auburn's not Auburn. I don't think Auburn has any way to recover from the end of their season. I'm sorry, if I was playing on their team, I'd be like, wait, we lost to New Mexico State, and then we threw it all out there against Bama, and we literally lost the worst possible way.
And we now potentially give an opportunity to win a national championship off of us sucking. Obviously, it won't happen, but shit happens.
I'm taking Peyton Thorne.
Disgusting behavior. He's now faded in both games. This is disgusting behavior.
Hey, hey, at least one Michigan State Spartan made a bowl game.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at his schedule. He lost to New Mexico State 31-20.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah, I'm taking Auburn. Got to do it.
There you go.
Who do you got? Maryland,
We'll
of course.
Maryland. Come on.
Oh, of course.
Go Big Ten.
Then we got the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, Wyoming versus Toledo.
Great game.
Yeah,
Let's go
great
Rockets,
game.
baby. Give me the Rockets.
Wyoming back in this game. They were in it last year. Great game. Again, it's a hilarious broadcast. They kind of make it a joke, but it's obviously these kids still take it seriously. It's on actual TV too this year, which is nice.
That's on the CW.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you may laugh at it's on the CW, but the CW has they have ACC games on.
The CW is the channel
they have
Jordan
Live
Travis
Golf.
was on.
They have Live Golf.
Like exploded.
And let's not talk about Live Golf.
They have Live Golf.
Shout out Live Golf, bro.
Shout out to John Rahm.
Rahm.
Yeah.
Billionaire.
I'm taking Wyoming. Daquan Finn's gone. Bye. So I'm taking the team that probably is playing for much more.
They'd bring him in, for being honest, but that's a whole different discussion. I also want Michigan. I want all the Detroit quarterbacks, but I'm going with Washington or Wyoming. Here,
Washington.
Sorry. I'm typing out the future bowl games. Yes, I want. Yeah. Usually Barstool gets what they want in these crazy deal with the devil scenarios, and Wyoming I'm pretty sure they like a lot more. So give me Wyoming.
Yeah. Wyoming.
Lido.
January 1st in the Reliquest Bowl.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. LSU versus Wisconsin.
The former Outback Bowl, which I don't know why Outback decided not to sponsor this anymore, which is complete.
Has Jaden Daniels came out and said that he's not playing yet?
No, he hasn't.
He told Big Cat today it's TBD. Which
so he's
no.
So he's playing.
No, he's not. There's no way
so?
he's playing in this game. If Jaden Daniels is playing this game, this spread is 25.
Wisconsin. Upset. Wisconsin.
I'm taking Wisconsin. I have to. I don't know.
They're tied, and I have to take Wisconsin, but my goodness, LSU is going to kill them. But Wisconsin.
I don't know.
Nussmeier's good. He's been a backup forever. But yeah, I don't even know what the hell. I don't know how Wisconsin is going to even move the. Actually, they're going to move the ball because the defense sucks. But I don't know. This is again who wants it more. I don't think LSU
either
cared.
team wants it more.
Last time they made a trip to Far East, they had some shenanigans going on at the hotel room. So Wisconsin's going to find a way. Business trip.
And then Blake's favorite game, I think, because he won't stop talking about it. The Cheetah Citrus Bowl, the Tennessee Volunteers, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I'm so excited to finally try citrusy Cheez-Its. I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah.
Literally, why did they sponsor this bowl? Kind of funny. I'm just going to say it. I actually care about this game a lot.
I do too.
I need Iowa to win this game because it will show that the Big Ten is evidently better than the SEC.
A lot of narratives will die with this game. There's a few other games.
Iowa has got to perform well. I need 2 offensive touchdowns from Iowa in this game, maybe 3, and I will be happy with it, but I need them to shut Tennessee down. I need an Iowa win bad so I can talk shit to SEC fans. It has to happen. It has to happen.
Iowa reminds me of a service academy team, obviously statistically wise, but they open it up in bowl games. They beat the brakes off of Kentucky last year. They had the defensive touchdown. They had a few offensive touchdowns as well. I think Iowa wins this game comfortably. I know that they're a 10-point dog, basically. I'm not kidding. They're winning this game by a lot. Listen, Joe Milton, all right, with this defensive front. I know it's a joke, and I know everyone was just making fun of Michigan the entire time. Big Ten people know Iowa's got a legit defense, okay? Special teams, legit defense. And again, this is their Super Bowl. Iowa getting 11 wins here. It's Ferentz's last game. He might just say, F it, let's go 5 wide. And they might run a wildcat. They might get nuts. Tennessee, a lot of their guys are in the portal. A lot of these guys don't care. Most are going to the draft. Joe Milton's last game, he needs a pick 6 and a fumble and like a Jameis Winston type stat line here. I think Iowa takes care of business here kind of easily, despite the fact that it's going to be like plus 250. This might be the second lock of the week.
Give me the team that loves corn more. Give me Iowa.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we got the big boy bowl.
Now we're moving on to the big ones. Starting off, in Texas at the AT&T Stadium, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Number 7, Ohio State takes on number 9, Missouri Tigers in a game that's very interesting to see what's going to go on in the future of the two teams and where they're going to go. So, Mr. Cozy, you can start us off on this one. Let's see what we got.
Obviously, I'm picking the Buckeyes. It seems like a lot of people are buying into this game. It seems like, man, there's been a lot of shade thrown around. And I'm just going to say number 6 moving on. There was a lot of shade in some comments. It looks like a lot of people are definitely going to be playing, which I'm kind of shocked at. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of people that seem to be buying in that I didn't see all these players like saying, hey, I'm going to play the bowl game. I thought a lot were going to sit out, especially in Buka. I don't know. Other than that, it's going to be – I'm going to tell you what right now. If Devin Brown goes out there and runs, throws, looks mobile, looks like he can – looks the part of a normal Ohio State quarterback, man, is there going to be some blowback on Ryan Day? Man, is it going to be bad? Ryan Day has got to literally sit back and go, let him look okay, but don't let him look too good. But if he goes out there and he's throwing on the run 30-yard on a rope passes on the run, it's going to be a lot of people just that are going to be like, do you know what you're doing? And how much did Kyle's dad pay you to have him start? Yeah.
Not wrong.
So I'm going to take the team from Ohio in the upset.
I wanted you to do that. It's funny though. Obviously,
what did I do? What did I do?
I thought you were going to say the Tigers. I did.
You did? You thought I was going to say Tigers? Not in this one. I think Ohio State's going to upset them. I think enough players are going to stay in the game.
Yeah, Ohio State opened as a 7-point favorite. They're finally giving one of the guys. I have this ability as not many do in my fan base, and not many do in Cozy's fan base either. We can look at these games pretty objectively. Dallin Hayden, I don't know what he did to anyone. Kid's unbelievable. I mean, he's played 2 or 3 games. That Minnesota game or Maryland game last year was unbelievable. I think he's going to do great against Mizzou. Their run defense is iffy at best. Mizzou, obviously, this is look, it's one thing to play against these SEC teams, where you're going to think you're going to lose. You're playing against a weaker Ohio State team on national television. It's a standalone bowl game. Friday night, probably a lot of people could be going out. People will be socializing during this game, watching this. A lot of scouts too, I'm sure. So you'll probably see Cody Schrader try to go crazy. But this is not a shot, and it's going to sound like a major shot to Ohio State. I almost think that this team, they're taking this more seriously than the Michigan game. And I'm dead serious. Because you're looking at the media. I know Jack Sawyer said he said in the media, he's like, this is not just another bowl game. It is what it is. Devin Brown, the burning of the boats joke, it's funny for me to make fun of it, but it's a legit a thing that you're look, okay, at least your quarterback's doing something. Again, all you saw Kyle do is TikTok dances, and you're down there, you're ready to go for a line or leading up there. They had a split of the Michigan sideline, the Ohio State sideline. JJ's going crazy, dapping everyone up, and Kyle McCord just sitting there kind of I don't know if he has an inability to show emotion, but it was kind of tough to see as a college football fan in general. Obviously, I was licking my chops, loving it, but I'm trying not to troll as much as I can here. The right Ohio State guys are playing. If you're in this game, you're playing to prove yourself, either to leave the school or not. It's a good, test spot. I don't know. This might sound insane, but I don't think it's that much of a tinfoil hat here. I think there's a slim chance that Ryan Day might try to throw this game and make Devin Brown look a little bit worse to be see, I wasn't wrong. I don't know if that's me. I think I'm not. I don't know if I'm off base there, Cozy.
What did I say? I literally said it.
I don't know.
Literally, what did I say? If Devin Brown goes out there and he looks really good,
it'll be a long off season.
It'll be a long off season, and I'm not sure Ryan Day can recover from it.
I'm shocked he's letting him play. I'm shocked. I think it might be you might put Key Holtz in there and then let him be oh wow, he really proved himself in the offseason, blah, blah, blah. But again, I think Ohio State will win here. It's a good value, I think, a lot here. Getting the more talented team by a lot. Sawyer and these guys are going to play, and they're going to do their thing. And Eli Drinkovich is a fucking dork. Bringing up Connor Stallions. I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call from Connor Stallions. Shut up, man. I'm rooting for you to lose because you're the SEC and not the other team to win. Missouri loses.
He just couldn't say it.
Of course not. Missouri loses.
Missouri loses.
Go Big Ten.
Go Big Ten. There you go. Moving on to the next game with the Big Ten. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl at a noon kickoff, which is very interesting. Penn State versus Ole Miss. This is the game I think is going to be one of the best games of the bowl season.
I agree. This is circled.
I think this is going to be a great game.
I am not looking forward to this just because I'm going to be drinking on that Friday, December 29th. And
this game I got to wake up for.
Yeah, I know.
You have to watch. That's the thing. You have to watch this. You just can't.
Penn State landslide, actually. I think that I don't know why. I feel like they're going to be super excited wanting to play this game. Here's the thing. James Franklin's job is once again being questioned. And every time when we get to bowl season, you always kind of question it. I mean, what they played Washington in a bowl game or in the Fiesta Bowl, like 2-3 years ago. And everyone was like, oh man, like James Franklin's team, like they'll always be 10-2. They're never going to be anything. And then they came out and beat the brakes off Washington. Everyone was like, oh, maybe next year's the year where they do it. They look really good. They look like they developed. And it's like, we know who Penn State is, but in the national media, when they get to the bowl game, they always blow somebody out. And it's like very shocking. I think that's this bowl game. And Lane Kiffin, it's honestly almost like Lane and James Franklin are like the same type of coach when it comes to like big games. They always seem to find a way to choke and lose. And I think it's more Lane. It's not so much he chokes. He just doesn't have the talent that the other teams do, where James Franklin, they have the talent. He just plain outright just sucks in the big moment. But I think that Penn State's more talented and they get it done with talent.
As a diehard Lane Kiffin fan, this is a really tough game for me because while I'm also a conference warrior, I love Lane. It's so weird because it's the same coach. This is a Spider-Man meme. All right. One knows how to work Twitter and one doesn't. All right.
Like, do you just want to go first next time so I'm not taking like your
No, you're good. Listen. I was distracted because Draymond Green got just suspended indefinitely. No number, indefinitely. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm missing.
Yeah,
right now.
Did he even come from a real university though?
That and Raheem Rocket Sanders committed to South Carolina while we were doing this. But
good news, Zach didn't hear us. That's fine.
I know.
I heard you.
Yeah. Listen, it's as you said, it's Penn State Super Bowl. They have to go out there and win this game. They should win this game. Ole Miss, by the way, looks like they're about to land Princely, Amukan, the edge from Florida, and Juice Wells. Like, there's some major additions. They're going to be a really good team next year. I know every year they're kind of like that team where they're going to be good. Kind of like Penn State. Wow. I mean, the similarities of these teams are crazy. Off-season Warriors is what it is. Yeah, Penn State. And I love Lane Kiffin. I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but him quote tweeting Manny Diaz leaving and him quote tweeting Chop Robinson announcing he's missing the bowl game. I just love it. It's so funny. No one is better on social media than Lane Kiffin. He's almost worth the notifications on. But yeah, Penn State.
I am taking the 5-star. And we're going to see how it goes.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to Mr. Drew Alar, since that's all we hear all year. The 5-star. I think they win by like 10 points.
Okay.
In a shootout. I think it'll be a shootout.
The next game we go to, I want to make a comment about it, and I want to say how bad the NCAA did on dropping the ball here.
Capital One Orange Bowl, number 6 Georgia, who dropped 5 spots from losing to a top 4 team, plays number 5 Florida State in what could be the most interesting game of the week.
So I'm going to say this. This is a 4:00 slot. What a miss by college football. What, for whatever reason, on a Saturday night, you have a 4:00 slot when another bowl game's on at 4:30. Why is this game not being played at minimum 7:30?
Yeah,
it's ESPN trying to screw a Barstool, but that's a whole different issue.
Probably right, but I'm just gonna say, give me Florida State. I think they're pissed. They are just gonna be so pissed off, and I think Georgia just doesn't give a fuck. Like I haven't even heard who is playing in the game. I mean, if I'm Georgia, I kind of feel like, holy fuck, we just won 20 games in a row. We lost one game, and you're leaving us out of our playoffs. Like literally, we're 2-time defending champs, and we lose one game by 3 points, and you're leaving us out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the other side of the ball where Florida State's undefeated, and you're leaving us out. Both these teams, I kind of feel like they should have been in the playoffs, but I think Florida State feels like they should have been in way more than Georgia.
And
if you beat Georgia, I mean, dude, there's going to be talks about it forever and ever and ever if you did not give Florida State a shot and they come out here and just blow the brakes off Georgia. Like, what if they just open up a fucking can of whoop ass? And I mean, this quarterback comes out here and he just starts throwing darts.
I'm gonna take the team that has more natural raw talent because I know that both teams are gonna sit everybody. I'm gonna take Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia's third stringers can win this game by 30. But I think some of the stars might play because Kirby just got him brainwashed. I know Lad McCockney, I think, is coming back. They might have a few of those guys still play. Carson Beck might play. Again, they're probably going to brainwash people. He's going to make them think they're not doing anything. And I found out why they're not playing. We have America's team is playing the Cowboys Saturday night. Lions Cowboys Saturday night. That's what's going on. So
Okay.
That makes more sense.
I was like Saturday night. You're right. I was like, why the hell is there not a game at night? There's
okay, now I understand. Okay, now I agree.
I've been thinking about that. You go Ole Miss, Penn State, Georgia, Florida State, Cowboys, Lions. That's a great day.
Yeah, I can't complain about that.
But,
well, I could complain about that. I probably will complain at the end of the day.
The only way Florida State wins is if Michigan wins the national championship, Florida State wins this game, and Michigan gets another half national championship, and I have to hear about it for another 20 years. Yep. It's just what's going to happen, and I'm getting ahead of it now. But no, Florida State doesn't have the horses. It's kind of like the Oregon State game, right? You won't think Oregon State's going to win. They have everything on their side, all of the momentum. They just don't get the horses. Like, I don't care if you're hyped up. That Florida State team stinks, man. And they're going to get rid of Keon Coleman, probably Jared Verse, probably Jaheim Bell. Anybody that's going to get drafted is out of there. Like, let's be honest.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll see.
That's the only problem with that.
We'll see.
And then we'll move on to the January 1st. Happy New Year again. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
We don't even need to talk about it. Oregon blowout. Oregon
23 ranked Liberty takes on number 8 Oregon at 1:00. You're taking Oregon?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take Oregon, but they're only gonna win by 7.
Right now, the real national champion potentially is playing at this game. Liberty Flames, okay, not only are they 13-0, I believe they're 12-0 against the spread, or 12-1 against the spread, okay? This team is a wagon, okay? This is their Super Bowl. The fact that Bo Nix is playing in this game is an embarrassment to the sport.
Oh, he's playing?
He should fall down. Yeah, he is. He should fall down draft board because of that. Liberty is a wagon, okay? I'm telling you right now, they're going to keep this game close. They're going to lose by only like 2 or 3, okay? But Liberty is going to keep it close. I want to do everything in my power. Liberty plus 17.5 is stealing money, okay? Oregon last year was a 20-point favorite against UNC, and they should have lost.
Are you done?
And USC was like a 20-point.
And God is on their side.
Are you done defending Liberty?
No, Liberty is the real America's team.
All right.
Oregon by 21 plus.
All right, here we go.
Bo Nix playing this game is an embarrassment, by the way.
Yeah, Oregon by 21 plus. Bo Nix, baby.
Here we go. Now we're down to the 2 games, the 2 big ones. First, we'll start off at the granddaddy of them all, the college football semifinals. You want to do last? Okay, we'll move on. Last. All right. We'll skip backwards in time. Back to the All-State Sugar Bowl, the college
other SEC Big Ten game.
The SEC, the future SEC versus future Big Ten teams. The Washington Huskies take on the Texas Longhorns for a chance to play at the national championship. After it all said and done, Cozy, go ahead first.
I've been rolling with them all year, baby. Let's bring it on home. Let's go, Dogs.
We all have, really. I mean, I know I picked them to lose at one time.
Dubs. Yeah, but there's one person in this thing who literally was on your YouTube channel at the beginning of the year who said Washington will make the tournament.
Yeah, I know. I thought I had them win the conference and Penix win the Heisman, but I didn't have them making the. I thought they were gonna be like the 4 seed.
The reverse jinx is going to continue. The reverse jinx is going to continue. I'm picking Texas for the podcast, but you all know who I'm rooting for deep down inside.
Horns down, baby.
It's all about the horns down.
I mean, we've all been saying it. I mean, I said, look, it's the same thing is happening.
Keep doubting him. Keep doubting Michael Penix. Yeah, I don't get it. Keep doubting him.
TCU, like it's the TCU same thing, right? It's just so wild, right? It's just the team in purple. They're winning these games close, except Oregon. They beat their ass. Like,
yeah,
that was beginning of the game, and it was funny if you're following along live, like looking at the live line. I always like looking at live bets. I rarely live bet middle of games, but like looking at the live bets, and it was like Oregon was still favored the entire first half.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, brother, they are down 2 scores, and like they have nothing going on, and that kind of had me worried. Then they had that bullshit pass interference call at the end of the half that Oregon got that gifted them a touchdown. That was unbelievable. Thankfully, later in the game, they let it slide. What is Texas's worst part of their team, right? Their best team is run defense. They don't really run the ball like that, Washington. I know they did against Oregon, but Oregon is just the nerd team. Their spreadsheet liked them. That was it. Their defensive backs are shaky.
They can't.
You got 3 NFL receivers out there going against Penix. It's going to be a shootout, obviously. I think it's going to remind me of the Michigan TCU game where Texas is going to always be like almost there. And you're going to look up and be like, oh, Texas has got it. Texas has got it.
And then Washington.
Wait, the game's over. What the hell happened? Right? And Michigan kind of was like that. It's like, oh, Michigan's going to come back. Michigan's going to come back.
And then
game's over. Too bad. You know, Michigan was almost coming back. Game ran out of time. It happens. So I think we're all rooting for Washington. I think it's pretty clear. We've been picking them the whole time. And yeah, hopefully for my wallet, Washington wins. That'd be great. My God, if Texas is in that damn national championship game, that'd be the hardest ticket in the history of mankind to find. Maybe except like a Cowboys Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't even want to imagine that. Yeah, and then we'll move on. Like I said, granddaddy of them all at the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential, the other college football playoff semifinals to make it into the national championship. The number 1 overall seed, the Michigan Wolverines, take on the number 4 seed Alabama Crimson Tide at 12-1. Kind of started off as Michigan like 2 or 3 point favorites. It's now moved to basically even money. It's basically a pick 'em at this point. And most people, Michael Cozy.
No, Blake can go. It's his team.
All right. Go ahead, Blake.
Go ahead, Blake.
I've said this before a few times with these games. This one especially. I'm very confident we're going to win. I just don't know how yet. And I don't know if that makes any sense because Michigan's in kind of winning in weird ways. I mean, I think I've got a pretty good idea what's going to happen. We're going to let Milroe make a mistake. I mean, it's kind of what's happened to him a few times. Like Texas kind of did the same thing. He was just throwing chest passes straight to the other team. Obviously, this is a much different team against Texas. But I think people are kidding themselves if they think this is like a traditional Alabama team. I understand they got unbelievable talent, but it's at non-super important positions. I know that's really weird to say, but like when you think of Alabama, you used to be like, oh, wow, they got like 30 guys in the league, 30 receivers. I want you to name an Alabama skill position player right now. I know we all can here because we're, ball knowers, but I'm saying like you ask like, a casual, they can be like, oh, that's Devonta Smith. Oh, that's, the quarterback. Yeah. That's the Bryce Young kid. That's him. That's him. That's him. And it's what it is. The skill position is not there as much as it is. Michigan's defense is really good. And I understand that like, oh, they play Big Ten. It's really good. Mikey Sanders, I don't know how he's good. He's unbelievable. Like he just has a nose for the ball on defense. It just happens. Turnovers happen. It's going to be similar to the Ohio State game. It's going to be similar to the Penn State game. Michigan's get opportunistic with the turnovers. They have the best turnover margin like out there. We barely turn the ball over outside Bowling Green. And really, it's just we'll get short fields and we'll punch it in. The analytics aren't there with our points per game and then not points per game, yards per game and all that stuff. It's like, but all the models are on Michigan. Everyone's money is on Alabama, but the spread came back to Michigan, which is telling you what's going on. Reverse line, we've been over this before. I remember the best one was in the Minnesota-Iowa game, which was clearly rigged. Now that you actually think about it, looking back on it, Vegas had some shenanigans going on there. It actually makes a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it. Sorry. We're getting off track. But reverse line movement, obviously I'm picking Michigan because I'm a Michigan guy. But with that reverse line movement, it's going to happen. And it's just, there's a lot of money at Alabama. There's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I don't want to put a tinfoil hat on, but something's going to happen. Michigan's going to happen, and it would be too easy on my heart for us to lose this game. So the only way for classic Michigan total failure would be to be in the stadium and have like a seizure losing. So Michigan's win this full game.
Mike McCosey, go ahead.
I will just say this. There's no way that undefeated number one team in the country would lose this game. There's no way. There's no way that a Big Ten team would go out west to the West Coast to the Rose Bowl and lose maybe the most important Rose Bowl game ever. I mean, that would just be an embarrassment to the conference if a Big Ten team were to lose the last time that we have a traditional Rose Bowl, or what was said to be a traditional Rose Bowl, before it's an automatic playoff game. An automatic playoff game. There's no way that they would lose this game. With that being said, I'm not sure that they do lose this game. I actually think they might win this game. Just because I don't think Bama is Bama. So I am going to say Bama will lose.
Wow.
I mean, that script A is a lot to get past. It is what it is. It's one of those things where it's like the Patriots. I get it. They're not dead till they're dead.
But
and yes, we are burying that old man, Saban. He will be turned into a car dealership man after this game.
But man, would it be just an embarrassment to the conference if they lost this Rose Bowl?
No, it'd be funnier if we lost to Washington in the national championship game. Let's be honest.
That would be
I'm not lying.
Funny.
I know how this works.
I mean, I'm so indecisive on who I want to pick. It is the legend against the up-and-coming team that can finally pull through and win their first playoff game and make it to that national championship first time in 3 tries. We've seen them lose games that they were down bad. They knew they were going to lose from the beginning. We've seen them lose a game that they thought they were going to win, like it was nothing, and now we're right in the middle where it is split. Who knows who's going to win? And for me to pick this game, I'm picking Michigan to win by like 10 plus. It's just the right thing to do. I just don't see a way that they lose this type of game after 2 years of getting embarrassed. Getting embarrassed in a game where they knew they were going to lose and getting embarrassed in a game where they thought they were going to win 100%. So now we're right in the middle. They're going to win by double digits. So.
I mean, say what you want. It's a team of destiny. It's just giving that vibes, okay? And again, it would be way funny if we lose the national championship game. Let's be honest. It would be way funnier.
Mm-hmm.
So should we do hypothetical title games or what?
Oh, we're doing title games, yes.
Yeah. I think it's Michigan. I think it's Michigan, Washington, or Michigan, Texas. Michigan, Texas, and I think
that the money that game would make.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot.
God.
And in the state of Texas.
Haven't done a thing my entire life.
Michigan, Texas for my picks from the pod. Really, it's going to be Alabama versus Washington. Yeah, I said I'm doing the reverse.
Think about how bad that would be for views.
And
I am just going to say it. Purple Rain all off season.
I'm gonna say
Purple Rain, baby. Let's get it. Hey, shout out to T-Dog, by the way. Purple Rain.
Saban stays on top, but it's really all about the Dubs.
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
Saban stays on top. He wins another natty.
I want everyone right now to know if the University of Michigan wins a national championship, you just might as well mute me on Twitter because my goodness, it'll be over. I might take a week off of work just to tweet at everyone. I have close to 250 bookmarks. None of my guys here, of course. Listen, ball knowers only. Listen, this is the non-ball knowers. It's going to get ugly. I might get like a restraining order put on me through the internet on some of these people because my goodness, it's funny how the goalposts have moved. It was you can't win, you can't beat us, we beat you. You can't win the conference, we beat the conference. You can't win a playoff game. Well, it hasn't proven that yet, but we're getting there. We're in a fantasy land right now. Everyone relax. And then it's going to be you can't win the title. You only have a half natty. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a full natty because if you give me Washington and this national championship game, I'm telling you right now, it won't be long enough for my players to make fun of it. But God forbid, if I get a Jim Harbaugh extension into retiring Nick Saban and putting him into the retirement home to on January 6th, making it a national holiday, and we get Bryce Underwood, the number one recruit of all time, coming to Michigan, and then 2 days later winning a national championship with the Harbaugh extension sprinkled in there, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be over for everyone. But the problem is we will lose like 70 of our 80-year-olds on the team, but it is what it is. But that's just the last thing that all these like blue chip ratio nonsense don't understand. And again, I didn't play a snap of football in my life. I think it's pretty easy to tell by my player build. But like, listen, I don't understand how these nerds don't get these models right. You'd think the nerds would be able to adapt. But dude, if you got a bunch of 24-year-olds on your team like Michigan does, it's going to throw off the recruiting rankings. They're obviously not 3-star. You think Blake Corum's still a 3-star? You think Sandstrel's still a 3-star? Like, come on, man. Like, you can do the updated recruiting rankings for the portal. Why not do updated blue chip ratio for who's on the damn team? I don't know. It is what it is. Because, I mean, whatever. That's a whole different argument. But look, Michigan, Texas would be great for the matchup. I'd prefer Washington, but I want all the schedule narratives to die because Michigan is going to – if Michigan's in the national championship game, it's going to be a rematch the following season. We play both teams, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, it'd be sick. If we beat Washington or Texas twice in a calendar year, it'd be pretty nice. So, but yeah, I hope it's Washington because I get to meet Sweet Puppy, hopefully. Shout out Dubs. But if not, Texas would break my bank account. But I think everyone knows here, and I think most people watching this podcast would be okay, that short-term debt is no problem for a national championship. It is what it is.
I'm just going to say this, T-Dog. If he gets to meet Dubs before I do, we may have a problem.
And I have a planned photo ready to take with the dog, and that would be my Instagram and profile picture for a long time. And PETA might sue me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
Don't let him meet Dubs. Don't let him meet Dubs if it happens.
At this point, it's Michigan's championship to lose. It is.
And that's a scary world we live in.
Man, it would be such an embarrassment if they didn't win the national title.
Yeah, it's Michigan's to lose.
We will do it for the conference. Okay. It is what it, dude. God forbid if it's Michigan, Washington in the championship game. Just the SEC bashing alone would make it a little bit okay for Ohio State, Michigan State. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's just how I operate, but my goodness. But yeah,
Michael Penix playing against Michigan again.
Should we do our quick locks of the week? You guys want to do your locks real quick, and then I'll finish it with mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything that comes off the rip, just like
Northwestern money line.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. Northwestern's one of my locks. Actually, there was one that I saw that was definitely a lock. That I really liked a lot.
You mentioned Air Force. I don't know if you want to go with that one.
No, San Jose State, Coastal Carolina. That is my lock. That is one of my locks. And then my other lock is Louisville over USC.
If I had an independent lock, I would say Rutgers over Miami. I understand I'm a Wolverine. We have a really good relationship with Miami. We beat Ohio State, and then they steal their commits. It's a really good gig we got going right now. Hold on. I'm building my lock. It's a parlay. Hold on.
Oh, and I got one other lock. Arizona beats Oklahoma, even though you were such a hater of the rest of the podcast. I don't know why.
If you force out damn near Heisman caliber quarterback, you got to make sure that the guy coming in is good. So hold on. I'm sorry. I got to build a parlay here. I think everyone knows what I'm doing. All right. My lock of the week is a 9-leg parlay. $10 wins you 16 grand. Northwestern money line, Minnesota money line, Rutgers money line, Ohio State money line, Penn State money line, Maryland money line, Iowa money line, Wisconsin money line, Michigan money line. Big Ten goes 9-0, and I can't parlay the national champion. Big Ten goes 10-0 in bowl season. Book it.
Fuck it.
There's
It would
no
be
way
funny
that
if
happens.
the
There's
Big Ten
no way that happens.
no way.
If we go 9-0, that would be
There's a lot
wild.
of Big Ten teams that are plus money that should not be. Like, realistically speaking, I'm looking at, I literally just like put them all in looking down here. Like, Iowa plus 265 is crazy. Maryland plus money is crazy.
Northwestern plus
plus money
250.
is crazy. Let's be realistic here. Rutgers plus money is crazy. Minnesota only 3-point favorite against them is nuts. I mean, they shouldn't even be in the bowl game. They get extra practice, all that stuff. And the Northwestern plus money is kind of nuts as well. I did just list everyone off basically, but I think the Big Ten does really well this year bowl season, not only against the spread, but upright.
Once again, Zach, can we get a preview of your game?
My game is us getting some recruits. There you go. Figuring something out. We're getting recruits. What?
Oh no, you're getting some 3-star recruits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 3-star recruits. Just watch. Just wait.
Something's cooking.
Something's cooking, apparently.
It is what it is. But we'll just not talk about basketball this week. Nothing happened either team. You know, my coach is about to get fired. Your coach should be fired.
His team sucks. Hockey, my team's good. His team sucks. His team is the worst in the Big Ten. We're just kind of chilling, but we're on break. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yep. Happy holidays.
AKA Christmas. Merry Christmas. And we'll be back probably after the semifinals to do a prediction show.
Yeah.
A prediction show on the national championship.
National championship prediction show. So
you know, Michigan should win by 100. So
yep.
Yeah.
Anything else, Blake?
We're doing it. I hope everyone knows we're doing it. This is hopefully the last time I'm a ringless man. Pause. I don't even know. Do they give out fan rings? I don't even know. I don't know how this works. It hasn't happened in my lifetime. I have no idea.
Even when it did, it was a half. You're going to get half a ring?
This guy, man! They're in a bowl game. Relax. All men are talking. But yeah, that's all we got for now. Really heating up in the sports world. So glad we got everything going on. Yeah, shout out Michigan State legend Draymond Green.
Shout out to the fans.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
See ya.